Okay, so Ark Nova, a game I recently played, and um, yeah, choice of two maps, either the commercial harbor or map 3, which is Silver Lake. Apparently, it's broken. Um, Never played it before, so I thought I'll give it a go and choose map 3. So yeah, so we'll see. My opponent chose map 2, which I think is the one, yeah, if you have enclosures around um, this one here, then they are +2, I think, from what I understand. Yeah. So yeah, so starting hand is actually pretty decent. So I did decide, looking at the birds, um, having bald eagle is fantastic, and the African bush elephant is fantastic as well. So I kept the, well, you can see what I kept. So kept the African bush elephant. Looks like it's a long game, I guess, before I can play him. Eagle, obviously, um, and the Rio. Oh, yeah, Rio, I think. And everything else I decided to let go, and hopefully I could get the gorilla field researcher, which I don't think I did in the end, but yeah. So yeah, so this is my setup. My cards at the start is Climbing Park or Research Zoo. Sorry. So yeah, so I am a second player, first player, I think, by the looks of it. And I did build an enclosure, um, and obviously you've got options here to where do you want to start. So I started up here and worked my way around, and the idea was that I have work my way around and then have a every around here somewhere with rocks and with water, and see how it goes. Ideally, my first upgrade hopefully will be building, and then go from there basically. Um, so I choose a size 2 enclosure, basically got up in the truck here, I confirmed, so remember let's choose, so they chose to take Africa. I don't know why, because I didn't really see their hand. Um, this is just to give an idea of what I thought I needed to do. Played the action card here, and I did take the Americas because it's open, and B, it helps me with the eagle and the rear. um, but to be honest, I'm not quite sure if there's a right or wrong really. um, so that man took then 3 cards, and he or she decided to do the reptile breeding. Um, can't see it. Okay. They decided to take the reptile breeding because I think what I know is they had a reptile in their hand, and they could play relatively easily within the first, well, second turn basically. So I then decided to play Maria, get some points on the card, and also it works for both of these. Yeah, so sprint. I took a card from the main deck, the build size 2 enclosure, and I was quite. So they started up here. I was really intrigued actually, because I think last time I played with this deck, I think I started here, worked my way around here. By that point, I had my building card upgraded, and therefore could then build around here. So um, I think it's probably fine, but I thought if you start here, at least you get the bit of the advantage on the track here. I thought, but it might be just me. I guess there's no right or wrong, I guess. Um, so took some cards because I didn't feel like there's anything else to do, and also cycling through the deck might not be the worst thing to do. Um, you get rid of one card, so I can't remember why I really got rid of the lizard. It's mainly because I thought that the lizard card is probably coming out from manga anyway, and if I do play one, I'm not quite sure if it's will be only be a small animal and therefore not a lot of points worth. So yeah, yeah, that was the idea. So played two cards or one card. What did they play? Rock monitor. Yeah, so that makes sense. So we've got got a lizard card and also I think they were able to sell some cards now as well. I think yeah, sold the card, so it makes sense the way it was played. Um, so I then didn't really had a lot to do. So I played the Americas card, so the Asia card, mainly because I think with Asia, yeah. So I did build a kiosk. Not quite sure if that I probably could have gone up there, but God knows. It comes down to trying to organize things in advance is really difficult. This game is definitely not the easiest to sort things out. So they're building another one for two. So yeah, so and the advantage was that they obviously were able to get a second one, and therefore, so a second partner zoo, and therefore upgrade one of their cards quite quickly, which they upgraded the building card, which now seems to be a bit of a waste here. Actually, I thought, but hey, okay, so. Yeah. What did I do? I did build another, yeah. So, and then my plan was to build some animals around here, and then that gives me some extra points. Um, and they broke for money, and I had to get rid of some cards. So I think here I decided to get rid of the gorilla and the national park. I think. Yeah, because these ones make sense to keep. Um, so yeah, so income was slightly higher. But so, um, okay, what did I do? So I did something which I never did before here, and I actually took the Americanus 2 points, um, which in hindsight was a bit interesting because by the end of the game I actually had 6 or 7 of these. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. It got me 2 points. It may I could upgrade my card, so I upgraded was building, and on top of that, I got another hired associate out. So that was the main reason I did that. Um, so yeah, the opponent did something very similar. Played their lizard card, which I didn't. Well, I knew they had, but um, so play that. Go ahead in both tracks. Um, so oh no, they didn't actually. They actually went ahead with their association card to go ahead to upgrade it a little earlier. So that was a mistake of mine. And now he's upgrading the building card, and then he yeah, spends $2 dues to go up the track a bit more. Yeah. I think in this game I actually you spend money once at the end of the game to get extra points. So what did I do next? I built, yeah. So the idea was, and as you can see how I'm going to build in a minute. So the idea was to have a 5 here, like my Avery. Um, um, taking cards, yeah, and took the Sumatra Tiger, which I somehow missed really, but I was too focused on what I wanted to do. And to be honest, I couldn't really do a lot anyway in that respect. Um, so I took some cards as well, drew them from, and got another bird icon. And actually, which was quite good, I actually got a lizard, which meant that if I played, I can obviously then sponsor the breeding program. Build a kiosk, yeah, and something else, and then so I took sponsors down because I didn't really need the money. Didn't really want to change the run because then I had to get rid of cards. I couldn't really do a lot of things. Which it was probably a bit of a wasted turn, really. Um, and another, yeah. The opponent got up the track quite quickly, actually. I have to say, on both tracks, actually. I caught him up a bit on the reputation track, but yeah, it was quite. I thought it was quite a close game actually until the end. So so obviously can't play number 5 because I'm 2. So here I actually took the 5 mainly so because we're getting close to probably to break. So therefore I wanted to keep these because they were actually quite good cards I thought at the time. And yeah, so mastering and you breaks for money. Yeah, so didn't play a single card in this round, game 2, and luckily I can keep them. So yeah, so we're breaking. So a bit of money in the kitty, which is good. I did get a little bit worried in terms of engineering. I see that because you got, as you can see, he got up the track really, really quickly, and I think did he? Yeah, so he's it's only one time on. Okay, cool. So when you look at his, yeah, that's a really good placement here. So ready for a Sumatran tiger here. Yeah, and I'm a little bit behind actually. So I increased it from 4 to 5 so that I can actually play the bird AU. And I played it there, which I thought was actually not a bad shot because I wanted to make sure that obviously water and rock is possible. Um, so yeah, there's probably obviously better ways to play this, but feel free to comment on that. Okay, so and the Sumatra type comes out, which obviously gives 2 conservation points. And yeah, so therefore it sprints ahead basically. So I think he takes the 10 money. I think, yeah, yeah, goes ahead there. So so yeah, wasn't quite sure what to do. So I played a 1, 2 for my lizard, and I could draw a card. So um, and upgrades another card. In which case he upgrades cards so you can go up the track a bit quicker. Well, doesn't need to stuck here. and then I think spent another second to go up there. Yeah. So right, finally after the round and a half, I'm playing one. Yeah, look at that. And then I actually did sell a card. I think I'm pretty sure I played the expert on herbivores. Yeah, just to get some money in. It's quite a slow start here actually, and it looks like there's got a bit more going on here. Especially if you have the choice of the first bonuses, I think that's actually quite handy. At least you've got choices. I'm going to take some card. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I took some cards, and I'll do them all three, and that was a really good draw actually, I have to say. The downside is that I'm going to lose some of them. So I discarded I think the larger, discard the large animal? Yeah, I did. Which, yeah, I probably could have kept, but yeah. But the research one works really well with my endgame card, so actually that's a really good card, and it's quite easy because by default you're picking these up anyway. So here I played the Expert of Americas. Yeah. And like I said, I was able to build a kiosk for free. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? There. Okay, I got some money, I thought. Yeah. So, so yeah, so not a lot has happened so far in my game. I'm a little bit behind, but that's normally not really an issue in this game. There's a lot going on here. Hasn't really utilized his outdoor areas yet. Was tempted to try if I can get this one, the giant pandas, but I didn't have a bear icon, or I couldn't see one easily to get. So okay, so upgraded the cart, upgraded because otherwise for the eagle and the elephant are both. I need to have this card upgraded. Didn't spend the extra $10 dues. Because I think from 7 onwards, it's not really a waste of money, I guess, but I think early to mid game, I think you might spend the money a bit more wisely. So build the 5, and that is in anticipation for the elephant, and also it only cost me, well, instead of 10, cost me 6. So yeah, a bit of economy going on there. So yeah, needed some money, I guess. So this is going to do that. I then went ahead, yeah, because A, I wanted to spend it because I thought break is going close, and B, it meant that I could upgrade another card. I upgraded the cards card. And yeah, and that's the reason why he wanted to play one of his zoos for the petting zoo, so one of his animals for the petting zoo. So yeah, so yeah, income is slightly higher, but I think I might have this slightly better setup. So now playing the eagle. Yep, and the eagle gives me, well, 4 cards, and then I need to take 2 of them. So I decided to get rid of some, which was nice that I had the Shubu, which is fantastic. So I've got 6 cards here. I've got really close to broken, yeah, broke. So which one do you get rid of here? So so I decided to get rid of the owl barn, or the owl hut, because I can't really see it happening very quickly, and I think I had enough bird icons coming up anyway. So so I've got 2 already, 3, 4, and then I was yeah. So I thought it was fine. He didn't go for any at that point, so I thought 4 was fine. So association, I played the science, so my first 2 science in, so which is good. And I will pick those 2 up as well. So therefore, brings you at 5. That's minimum you want basically. So those 4 cards, got 8 cards. More buildings, yeah, mainly money, and also yeah, that was a bit of a short side. I think I should have probably played a 1 here for the yeah, difficult to say. I think the Shubu goes in here anyway, plus a board even, but yeah. So this one makes sense, I think. Play cues there, strategically placed. Session task, okay. Yeah, got his. So I think he's got all now. So this one actually gives him another conservation point. Mine actually didn't. But yeah, he doesn't get any there. So they're all roughly equal, I guess, with what you get, the rewards. So choose a partner zoo. And now we got to the final scoring. So and I choose keep the research because that makes sense. So obviously for 5 that's 3, plus 4. So yeah, so that's quite a lot of points here already. So which is quite nice. And obviously if you get the 6th one, then it's another point as well on top of that. So and then he, as you can see, so spent a lot, 2, 5, 7. So you have 24 money on 4 points, which is fine. But I did start to worry a little bit here because I hardly have put any animals in my zoo. But I've got the buildings in place, and I think my money is slightly better, despite the fact I've got fewer animals in the zoo than so well, actually I've got the same, but for some reason, yeah, my setup seems to be slightly better there. So, so got more cards. Of course, I haven't got enough, obviously. And here, and yeah, so that's why I thought I should have put a 1 here, but obviously I never knew that I would get all of these ones. So, but the important one is that I kept the breeding program, and I was able to play 2. I think 2 animals in the next one, in the next round. I think next turn. So it's Pavilion, brilliant, and I went for that. Yeah, so could upgrade my last card, and which means that, and that seems to be the common thing I do. I rarely do the sponsor card. Only if I have a lot of sponsors in my hand, or I split. Sorry, or I play with the Hollywood Hills, where you get lots of sponsors, so that might be then quite beneficial. But The other four seem to be a bit stronger. I do think that the weakest action out of all of those five is probably the build action. Therefore, I think the build action needs to be upgraded because then it is more efficient. So as you can see, I'm on 2, he's on 11, and that's interesting. There's not a lot of money in between, but he's got much more tickets than I have. So, but I think what's really important is in this game not to rush this or to panic. So, right, so get my third associate, take my Schubel, and I played the bald eagle as well. I think I thought it's probably a good catch-up mechanism. And obviously got me quite a lot of income, which is great. So, which also enabled me, because of determination, means that you can form another action. So, which I did, and in this case, I played the breeding program, which is actually a really, really good card. Not only enables you to get a higher conservation point or a new sponsor, but also I think if you do 5 sponsor actions, I think you gain another point. I think something like that. Gain 1 conservation point if you have supported conservation projects 5 times or more. Yeah. So which I'm not so sure if I managed to do that. So yeah. So as you can see, so I've got 4, and I went for the 2. So yeah, which is a bit of a shame, really. But yeah, so I put builders on the bottom because I didn't really need it up there. Again, it's a bit of a long term. Took some cards. So yeah, he's got quite a few cards. So he's got 8. So I wonder if. So, and done the birds. So I've done 4, but because of the breeding program, I can get an extra one. So which means that I have 4. I took the 5 money in that respect, and then jumped basically 2. So here I took the 3 X's, and I took the 2 reputation, which meant I could get another card with the cable card, which is not really helpful here, I guess. So I think got rid of it very shortly, and now we're going for a break. I think I hardly did any breaks in this game, actually. Don't have to get rid of any cards, which is great. Next thing I need to sort out is I need to get more partner zoos. Yeah, and he's going more ahead, but my income is slightly higher, which is good, obviously. So so 2 cards, more birds, and got rid of the cable car. Okay, so yeah, I've done that quite a lot actually, and then pays extra money to potentially to not in this case, but spent a lot of money to actually get extra points. So okay, so done that one. Yeah, so got my last person out. Didn't get many, but I did not donate. Yeah, like I said, I donated very, very little in this game. So have a look at his zoo. So he's got all these. It hardly uses this feature here, so it's a bit of a shame actually. I think. I mean, the setup is fine, obviously, and he gets tons of extra money. But if you have this map, I think you should utilize it a bit more with bigger animals and therefore gain more money. But yeah, it's just me, I guess. But then it depends what kind of cards you have in your hand. So here I went and played my African bush elephant, which is huge generally. So in addition to that, I got the conservation and the species. So I decided, because he's got quite a lot of species already here, so I went for I kept the conservation, and if you do 5 or more, it's 3 or 4 points. So it makes sense basically to keep that. And I played the slow. So he goes up the track. And as you can see now, I've actually caught up. So was less worried at that stage. So what we do here, so we get the last 2 points. And also ramping up to 5, which means that we can play this one at some point. 2 more points, going up the track, getting another. Which card did I take? I took one more. So none of these ones are actually fine. I could have probably taken the panda, but there's no way I can make the panda work. So yeah, it's no point. It's a great card, but yeah. So you played. Yeah, I did not see that at all actually. So and he's got 6 there as well. So yeah, so he gets actually quite nice money, and every round the game takes longer, he gets conservation points. So so somehow ideally to wrap it up at some point, I guess. So just took the money because I'm a bit cash short. Yeah, like I said. I decided to build something. Yeah. There. I don't know why I built that, I have to say. It's probably because of that. But yeah, guys, a little bit sidetracked there. I think what I need to do in these games is I need to keep an eye on what my opponents play, which I tend not to. In a normal tabletop game, I do, but yeah, because it's in front of you. Where here, I have to switch the maps all the time, and yeah. So moved cards down because I've got plenty. Playing with fire a bit because I've got so many cards. Yeah, primatologist. And I literally got no money, so I then went for that. Yeah, for the regular breeding program. So that's all. And then I have to get rid of some cards. So so I need to discard 3 cards. And then once I've done that, I realised that I got rid of the 2 of the elements which need a region number 3, and I'm just like, that is just stupid how I did that. That was just absolutely, yeah, I can't believe I did that really. But my saving grace, I think, is that I'll be able to actually play the tortoise, because it's available to me in a minute, and that's literally what I did actually. So I played the European adder, and it's interesting actually. After finishing this, and what I didn't realize is that I was ahead here, so which means that I can't use this, but fine, it would have been nicer. But yeah, baffled me for a moment, and I did think of taking my turn back, but I didn't. And then I played a lovely vulture, which means that that I can recycle some cards and see what I can get. So I played this one in the corner, and then these 3 cards, and it did make sense to keep the bison because it makes sense, and I've got some space here to play in. So didn't keep the bison, did I? No, I didn't. That was bad. Again, that's one of the reasons you should play through these games more often, I think. Oh, shocking. But what did I get? Was that one. Okay, yeah. So the reason why I kept the rhinoceros was because of obviously the assertion, which meant that I could take one of the conservation projects in my hand, which weren't used, and I thought actually that's pretty damn good. So that's probably the reason why actually. So here I did break, and or I rushed the break in this round a bit. I'm not sure really why. What did I have in mind there? But I think I wanted more money, basically. I think to do everything I could. About 3/4 through the game, and yeah, so I needed some money. Do that one, yeah, and place that one there, yeah. So yeah, so the plan was to play this, and ideally, if possible, I can get still the tortoise still. So because I was obviously foolish enough to throw my cards away. So um, so yeah, that wasn't the best, I have to say. So yeah, like I said, he's actually doing quite well. Getting ahead in a minute a little bit. So take my last partner zoo, which I think is important because it brings some money down, obviously. Gains another conservation point, and place it up there. Yeah, I'm never sure where to put these, to be honest. I probably could have put it on here, and then you can use a clever ability, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not that good at that game, I guess, as you can probably see here. Well, I need to play them often, I think. But that's exactly the reason why we're doing a playthrough to do that, so that you actually can see what kind of mistakes you make, really. So, and like I said, this time I literally just rushed everything through. He's still got quite a lot of money in his hand, but he also has to get rid of a card at least, so probably didn't see that coming, I guess. So discard the card. And he's got a lot of money available. This one plus, obviously, gets another 60 money available. So, so 1, 2, 3. So we've got 5 X's. So I've got a lot of options here. So 82, 70. So I decided to up this one because, yeah, I've got literally plenty. So plan was play the rhinoceros, which then got me one of those, and I chose Asia. The reason why I chose Asia was mainly because I had a look what he had. And then I played the turtle from up here. And what you then have to do is you basically need to pay the extra cost of the where they are, obviously. And I was able to sell a card as well. So I had, so yeah. So that was a good turn. And here, was it here? I decided to. Yeah. So here, I decided to play the research, which got me over 100 points. The problem is, and I spent the money. So the potential issue is that I wasn't sure. I thought if he hasn't got another bird in his hand, which can give him another turn, which is one of the other eagles, then I am most likely going to win because I've got 2 endgame scoring cards and I am about 20 points ahead. So that was my thinking. So it's a bit of a gamble, but I thought, well, let's go for it. He hasn't got the best setup in his cards here, so he would have to play this first. Play the eagle and something else potentially. He's got enough money. But the thing is, he hasn't really got a lot of options here. So I was convinced that he probably didn't have anything in his hand and he can't play it anyway because he can't place it. So I thought that might be a win. So trigger the end game and then sorry, all they could do then is yeah, play this for 3. So it's yeah. I think got another point. And then the income score. So I got yeah. so as a game result, then you can see there is normally there's some statistics here, isn't there? Game results plus computer statistics in progress. Okay, fine. So as you can see here, then I got 3, 5, 5, and 5 actually. So yeah, but I was right basically that it was enough to win. So cool. That's basically it.